Yeah, tell me more about the panel discussion at Collision.
Yeah, I mean, we had a conversation about where we're at in terms of DE&I within the venture world. And I think it's a conversation that obviously peaked in 2020. And I've always said, I think Future Capital, we launch into like a window of opportunity. I really do believe that. And that window is closing, unfortunately. And so I think it's on us, it's on, everybody that's part of this ecosystem to continue to give a shit about diversity and to continue to make sure that people remember how much work we have to do to get to, any kind of state of diversity within the industry that we can be proud of or feel comfortable with. And we're just so far away from it. And the conversation really is just backsliding. We're really moving in the wrong direction.
And getting the balance right between conversation. So obviously conversation on a national stage is super important, but so is action. And I think that's also our momentum where we're coming from.
I think so often, if we were to all walk down the street and we were to ask people on the street, do you believe in equitable access to opportunity? Do you believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion? I think everybody would say yes. And I think the companion that goes along with that is, well, how do I impact that? How can I be a part of the solution? And recently I was speaking with another business leader, and they were saying how, so often we talk about underrepresented founders or underrepresented investors, but it's also underestimated founders and underestimated investors. And I think that's why this partnership is going to be so critical, is we need to tell the stories and we need to show the proof points really about your kind of call to action. Because I think as investors, part of the process is to get active in investing and supporting underrepresented founders, to support equitable access. And that's really what we're trying to do, is to show people how, to teach them how, but also to put the deal flow in front of people and say, these are the investment opportunities. These are qualified opportunities for you to invest, where ROI takes on a new meaning. It's ROI squared. It's not just return on investment, it's return on impact, right? And that's, I think, ultimately how we'll keep the narrative front and center, on center stage, if I use your term. And I think that's going to be really critical. So that's, for me, one of the core motivations behind doing that. And I think that's why us coming together really feels like we're crossing the starting line as opposed to the finish line.
The same way we need to meet underrepresented investors, for example, or new and emerging investors, we'll say, where they're at, to build equity on that end. We actually also need to meet folks that have no idea why intersectionality matters or how it exists. We have to meet them where they're at as well to build that equity of knowledge and understanding. Otherwise, you have like folks that are literally speaking a different language and like don't understand the importance of creating those, like, what we call safe psychological spaces for people to learn and practice and try things and eventually get good at something and become, whatever it is that they want to become from a professional, personal, or financial perspective.